Today is August 11th. The Bucks split a series with the Braves. As much as that sounds good, I can't help but think we should have done better. Let's break it down. You're listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Yins, guys! Thank you for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast, where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh, and I am joined, as always, by my brother Jake. What's up, Jake?
Hey, man. What's going on?
You split a series with the Braves.
Yeah. Surprisingly. And like you alluded to, we could have done better.
Surprisingly that we didn't win the series?
I mean, after the games were played, yeah, surprisingly we didn't win the series. Going into the series, we were expecting to possibly get swept, maybe take one game.
So much for that.
You're just going up there against the best team in baseball. I don't care who it is. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And we had all 4 games won.
Yeah.
We are who we thought they were. Dang it. Yeah, I really did. I mean, I felt like we had them all.
Yeah. Especially with Bednar coming in there.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously the game Tuesday night with Bednar, I mean, that's got to be the one that stings the most.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like we tied the game Wednesday, and then I guess we never really had the lead in that one. But I felt like we could have. Felt like we had the opportunity.
Yeah.
And we could have.
Can I just throw it out there that we need to stop using Palacios as a defensive replacement?
Fair enough. You care to elaborate on that?
Like defensive replacement, like I feel like late in a game is when you want your outfield assists, and dude has no arm, none. Like it is a noodle.
Was that today? He came in.
No, he started in left field today. Reynolds was the DH, but
I was gonna say.
I mean, he's come in for Henry Davis a couple times as a defensive replacement. And I just need Henry Davis to just own right field, at least for the rest of this year. Just go out there and just like call the second baseman off when he's running back.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a big play.
Yeah, it's a big one.
And if he just comes in and catches that ball, and I believe Shelton even said in the post game, we need Henry Davis to call him off and catch the ball.
Yeah, that's a big one. And it's not only that, but it was said from Ron Washington that that the play for Harris there was to take a few steps and make him throw the ball. And Harris got a good read when he saw Triolo make the catch. He thought, I can get there.
Yeah.
Now, kudos to Triolo. He put a lot on that throw, and it was a very good throw.
Yeah.
It's just going to take him longer to make that throw.
Yeah.
Than it's going to an outfielder who's coming in. And I think, like you said, if Davis catches that ball, he doesn't even run home.
No.
And that's
that took the lead.
Yeah. So I guess that's what I'm talking about when I said we could have had them all. We would have had to have scored in that scenario, but it was the idea that we kind of gave him that on that play, and it's got to be. That's got to be something that Henry Davis is going to have to learn. He's going to have to pick up on that, and I'm sure he will. I mean, the thing is this is why they're there. They've got to have these experiences. They've got to have that happen in order for them to remember that.
But Palacios today, or Sunday, I'm all over the place right now.
Yeah, no, you're right. Thursday.
Yes, Thursday.
It's the recording day, right? So that's either
Right,
Sunday or Thursday. You're
right,
good.
right. So Thursday, he caught a fly ball in like shallow left field, went to throw it home, and I'm like, what? That did you even try? It was bad.
Yeah, I get that. Obviously, there are some Henry Davis things that if Palacios is in right field and he calls Triolo off, Harris doesn't go home.
Right.
It's not just the fact that it's Henry Davis's arm. It's the fact that if an outfielder plays that, they're just going to draw the throw.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get that. I mean, that's fair to say.
I'm not down on Palacios. That's just the one tool.
I think it's more of just, getting the outfielder with the experience out there.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I could see that. We've got some transactions. I like how we jumped right in, man. I like that. We've got some transactions. We've got to talk about the Braves series. We'll cover some new faces here and talk about some guys that are maybe picking it up that we like to see. But let's go ahead and continue talking about this series because I feel like we went right into it, man. We dove straight in, and I'm here for it right now. So, you go up against a team like the Braves, and we got Spencer Strider in the very first game, and you said under 15 strikeouts, at which got me to say 11. I was originally going to go with 3, and then we were going to shell him, and the way you talked, I was like, well, maybe I'm way off. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't expect to do that, but I don't know why we didn't expect to do this. We shelled Gallen. We beat up George Kirby. Like, this is what we do against the top pitchers in the league. Somehow.
Yeah, I'm right. And that's what I was talking to the wife, and I'm telling her, I was like, hey, we're actually, I think we watched the first play when Acuna grounded out, and I went, oh, we just won the series. We got the first out. We got Acuna out. We just won. And I was just joking around. Then the series got so tight, and it was funny. She's like, it doesn't matter how good we are and how bad you are. It's always good games. I was like, yeah, we don't like you guys.
If you're new to listening, Jake's wife is a Braves fan.
Yeah, she is. We're actually going to Truist Park for her birthday, and we're going to watch the Pirates Braves game.
It's only gross because of sports. Remember the commercial with the Ohio State, Michigan, and they're snuggling or whatever?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So us Pirates fans without a significant other who's a Braves fan are all cringing at the moment.
Yeah.
How could you? But trust me, guys, you find the girl. Sometimes you just let it, you let it ride out and you figure out how to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
It's not her fault she was brainwashed.
It's hilarious.
But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of good signs, obviously. A lot of runs scored. Scored the same amount of runs as the Braves in this series.
Yeah.
And all of them were high scoring, which doesn't really say much for our pitching staff. Because, it doesn't for theirs either. And they had Max Fried going and what's his name? Elder. What's his name? Bryce?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And those are the games that you were kind of like, it was the middle game, or the middle game, the second game with Yanni Chirinos going that you were like, this is our chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course we tagged him for 6 runs as well, but getting 4 off of Fried and Elder, or 5 off of Elder, because technically he came out with only 3, but both of his runs ended up scoring today.
Yeah.
And you really beat up the starting pitching of a team who's had great starting pitching.
Mm-hmm.
We would dream for a starter in the 3s. And all three of those guys are sitting in the 3. Well, actually, no. Max Fried is sitting under 3, even after this game at 250. But, I mean, what is there to be said? So, I guess you can talk transactions. We talk about Monday. Beto gets the start. He goes 4 innings, gives up 3 earned, 4 runs total because of a fielding error by Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And then De Los Santos cleans up an inning, but still gives up a run. I'm sorry, no, he doesn't clean up an inning. Baraki cleaned up De Los Santos's inning, is what I meant to say, and he still gives up a run. But both of those guys sent down to Indy after this game. Highly doubt it was just because they gave up the 5 runs in this game, but you know what I mean? Like, we should have beat Strider. What's wrong with you? But, well, we did. But they were both sent down in favor of Colin Selby and Thomas Hatch, which we'll get into those guys later, but just to say that because I was bringing them up, there's your transactions. That's really all I had. So as far as transactions go. But in this game, I mean, there was a lot of good bullpen work here from Baraki to get out of that. And then Jose Hernandez had the walk and the hit, but Majinski gets him out. Majinski throws another inning. Looked very good in this game. And then Perdomo and Bednar comes out and still gives up 1 run in the 9th. And you're like, made it interesting again. Could have been a 2-run lead or win, and instead it's only 1 run. And then he tops it off with the very next game. Mitch Keller, break this down if you want. Mitch Keller, 5 innings, 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, but he does just give up 3 runs, which is his best start in a minute.
Right.
But he only goes 5 and gives up 9 hits. Still waiting a little bit there. Still got to get better.
Mm-hmm.
But you could say, maybe, possibly, step in the right direction. I don't really know. He didn't walk anybody.
Well, I mean, throwing it over the plate. They're going to hit it.
Absolutely. Colin Holderman. And then 2 innings from Andre Jackson. Another new face that we'll bring up.
A lot of new hair.
A lot of hair. And then Bednar comes out and gives up 3 runs, walking 2 guys, giving up 3 hits. 3rd blown save, 2nd loss, as Iglesias picks up the save for him.
2nd blown save in a week, right?
Yeah. But you get Chirinos, you get 6 runs off Chirinos off the starter in his 5 innings, 3 of them in the first. And then you just let him come on back. Well, they tied at first, right? Then we get the 3 more. We get 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and it looks like, okay, I know you tied it, but we're back here. Mm-hmm. And then 2 in the 6th. And you're just waiting, like, come on. Baraki gave up the 2 in the 6th. You had it.
Yeah.
You had it in the bag. 3 runs. Then you're down 2, you lose by 2. Bednar's ERA up over a 2 now.
We did have runners at 1st and 3rd. We had 2 guys, and then, so I think we had guys on 2nd and 3rd at one point in the 9th inning.
We had a hit and a walk in the 9th. I don't remember where they were. So
I think it was the walk, and then Reynolds had a single. And then a defensive indifference, he moved up to 2nd.
Yeah, and that was all with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Reynolds singles, advances 2nd on defensive indifference, and then Kutch walked. And then Sawinski grounded out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, 1st and 3rd. Well, no. It would have been first and
first
second.
and second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 4 home runs. 4 home runs and you end up losing. I don't really care about that. You're going to score runs one way or another way. It doesn't really matter if you hit 7 home runs. If you lose 8-7 and they were all solo shots, like it is what it is. I don't care how you score your runs. You have to score runs. The thing is, for me, is you scored 6 runs and you lost. I don't care how those runs were scored. You could have hit 8 doubles to score those 6 runs, and I would have felt the same as I did if you hit 6 solo home runs. It doesn't matter to me. And it shouldn't matter to anyone how you scored your how you scored your runs. You know what I'm saying? Like you had you had 3 solo shots and a 3-run homer.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that. Like it's not a thing for me. You're going to score your runs however you score them.
Right. Yeah, I get that. I'm with you.
So then fast forward to, so you let this one get away, right? You fast forward to the next day. You start off down by 4 in the 4th inning. And you come back to tie the game in the 4th inning. And then they take the lead. And then you get the tie. And then they take the... You could never get ahead. And that was the one where we talked about the play in right field. Where Harris ends up scoring on the play. But you get 4 runs. I mean, you're chasing Max Fried out after 4 innings of work. Did he go out there for the 5th?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. But in this game, you had Quinn Priester on the mound. And we're still waiting for a good start from Quinn Priester, am I right?
Yeah.
We're just not seeing it. He's given up at least 3 runs in every outing so far. And he hasn't made it any further than 5 1/3.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just... The talk is it's there. I don't know when he's going to show up. Is this what we got?
I hope not. I doubt it. It was his first game with only 1 walk, but he also gave up 9 hits.
Right.
So you try to get ahead and they're attacking. I don't know, but it really makes you think about whether or not these guys are ready whenever they're called up.
Yeah.
We saw this from him in AAA, where it was kind of like, oh, 2 good starts and then a bad one. These have just all been bad.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, they've just not been good. Now, some of that is depth, and some of it you're saying, like, let's put you up there for a while. I mean, let's see what you got. 2 wild pitches in this game. How many pitches did he throw? 86 pitches. Colin Selby makes his debut. I hit the wrong button. Colin Selby with his major league debut. 1 2/3, 2 hits and a walk, but he struck out 3.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. Majinski, as much as I could say he was great in the other game, gives up the 1 run here. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
And then you go into the afternoon Thursday game, which I will say, I was driving home from the vacation spot, 7+ hour drive. And I was so excited to just be able to, like, I'm in this long stretch in a car of 7 hours. And during that stretch, I could just put on the game. You talk about passing time when you have a long drive. Like, it just didn't feel like it was that long of a drive.
Yeah.
Once I turned that game on, it was smooth sailing. I literally, like, I left at 9 a.m. I drove for 2 hours. I stopped, got rid of the monster, if you know what I mean, and then got back in the car and drove. I talked to you for a few minutes, and then it was the game time, right? Can you hear me?
A few 45 minutes.
Was it 45 minutes? That's fine. That's fine. I was driving. You knew what you signed up for.
No, 100%.
But anyway, we hung up to listen to the game, and I put the game on, and I stopped. Like, when I stopped to get gas, I was like 40 minutes from home, and I listened to the last, well, because Matt Olson would not just strike out. Like, quit fouling the ball off. I just stopped to get gas. So I literally had to go out and was listening to it while I was pumping gas, because I wasn't going to, wasn't just going to sit there at the pump when there's no open pumps and just listen to the rest of the game before I pumped the gas. So I got out and pumped the gas and listened to the last out. But sometimes Matt Olson just needs to understand that people got to get gas.
Right.
You got to quit
100%.
fouling the ball off.
Yeah. I mean, you're just delaying the inevitable.
No, and then he's screwing around and almost was going to get walked at some point. It was like, what are you doing? The game's supposed to end here.
He hit his 40th bomb against us, by the way.
He did hit his 40th bomb. And then the Braves lose 7-5. That wasn't in that game. Yeah, it was in that game. That's a very Ohtani-ish thing, right? That's what I was doing.
Right.
Yeah. Ohtani hits number 40, youngest player ever in plate appearances or something, whatever, as the Angels lose their 5th straight. Matt Olson's a beast, though.
Yeah. I like watching him hit. This is gonna date us.
Okay.
But I like watching him hit because he stands in the box with his hands straight out like that. And it reminds me of Webb from Bases Loaded 2.
Bases Loaded 2.
Is that Philly? I think it was Philly. I always used to use Philly and Webb.
Where's our NES fans out there?
Right.
Regular Nintendo, not the Super Nintendo.
Right.
Bases Loaded 2 on regular Nintendo. We used to love that game.
Yeah. Probably a little too much.
Yeah, well.
Not really.
I mean,
we didn't play that as much as people play video games now.
I mean, think about the show.
Right.
All right. So either way, we end up with a series split, scoring the same amount of runs as the Braves. This is the best team in baseball, record-wise.
Right.
And really, they're the best team in baseball. I find it amazing when they're reading through the lineup and they're saying Ozzie Albies has played every inning at second base for the Braves. And then at first base, Matt Olson, who's played every inning at first base for the Braves. Flip over to third base, you got Austin Riley, who's played every inning for the Braves this season. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Acuna's almost there. He's played every game, but I think he's had some DH spots or something.
Well, Acuna got hit in the elbow pad, and he had to come out of the game and get an X-ray.
And then what?
Us.
Oh, well, yeah, but they were talking about that today, though.
When I saw that he left the game, I thought like he got hit like where the elbow pad wasn't. No, it hit him in the elbow pad. He left the game and got an X-ray. He's like, X-ray is negative. I'm like, well, no kidding. It hit a plate.
But he still started all 113 games.
No, I get it.
Okay.
I get that. I just thought it was hilarious that he got hit in the elbow pad and needed an X-ray.
Did he DH? Oh, no, he hasn't DH'd. 112 starts in right field. 112 games in right field. Where's the 113th? Did I miss something? 113 games. But he's only started 112 of them in right field. I don't know where the other one is. Or maybe he pinch hit in a game.
Yeah.
That could be. But Ozzy Albies has played all 113 games at second base for this team this year. Every inning. And the same with Austin Riley at third and Olsen at first. Could you imagine having that type of lineup?
Right.
Could you imagine not like three of your main guys not getting hurt?
Must be nice.
Well, that's why they're 72 and whatever they are. And
right.
And that's,
right.
You know what I mean? That's why they're the best team. I mean, not just because they play a lot of games, but you got to have a little bit of luck. And sometimes that means that guys don't get hurt. Right. I mean, that's your 2, 3, and 4 hitters.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you can have your 2, 3, and 4 hitters, actually your 1, 2, 3, and 4 hitters for whatever Acuna, whatever day he missed or whatever, but it wasn't one of these games. He still started all these games, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just came out of the game Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then went right back in it because he realized it hit him in the elbow pad. So I was without service for some of these games. So there were bits and pieces that I saw of the first three. And then, of course, the game today is fine for me. I mean, I listened to the whole thing on the radio, which is just as good if you know what I mean. You actually were, got to experience it, but Key Brian Hayes. We're now 27 minutes in. This is what everybody's waiting for. Key Brian Hayes, 9 RBIs in the series. He did not play Monday. And the 3 that he did play in, he had 3 RBIs in each game.
Yeah.
He had a triple on Thursday, and he had home runs on Tuesday and Wednesday, and a double on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming back off the DL. My favorite thing of the series was Rob Inkamikowski, or however you say.
Oh my goodness!
Says to Shelton, why do you think Key Brian Hayes come back off the DL and is hot?
IL.
And Shelton just says he's finding the barrel. Yay! Great breakdown.
Jeez.
Hilarious.
Sometimes he can be like that, and it's so annoying. And I don't know. I'm somewhere in between, because Katie always criticizes and says that why do they ask these dumb questions? You know how they're going to answer them. Mm-hmm. They answer them the same every time, and it is kind of point blank. Like it is that simple.
Right. No, and I think I'm more or less saying, what a terrible question.
Yeah.
Which he is notorious for.
Oh, yeah. But still, there could have been more to it than that. There could have been a different way.
He said a couple other things too, but his main point was he's finding barrels.
Okay. He is finding barrels right now. I mean, he's got a ways to go for me. He's got to prove this.
For sure, he's just got to keep doing it.
Yeah, he's got to prove this over a span of some time. My biggest gripe on Key right now is just the fact that he's been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I think his swing is fine. I think if he's healthy, I think he'll be a fine player. offensively.
Yeah.
I think he is good enough to play corner and hit you if he's healthy and playing a full season, 12 to 15 homers. I think that's enough given his defense. And I really do believe that his offensive troubles have come from injuries. And that to me is the biggest thing. He's got to be healthy.
Yeah.
Apparently he's healthy right now. And I got to say, like, Triolo being on this roster is going to be important. And yeah, he's going to have starts at different places. But I think you've got to take it easy on Key at this point. You've invested in him. You need him to be good. You need him to be on the field. Some guys just need more breaks than others.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that you can change. I don't know.
It's a tough thing to change.
I mean, what is injury prone? I have no idea. Is it something that you can avoid in the gym? Can you do something to try to avoid injuries in the gym? In the weight room? Doing yoga? I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Biggest ones are the ones that are just like random injuries. Like how do you prevent taking a fastball to the hand?
Right. Yeah,
You
that's
can't.
yeah, you can't. Not without going up there dressed up like a gladiator.
Right.
I couldn't think of anything that other than gladiator that
It
worked.
was solid.
Okay,
It was
good.
solid. Yeah.
Good, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm excited to see these things from Key. I think it's fine to be excited about them.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good player. And I don't think that we need to get bent out of shape if we get excited about it.
Right.
And I'm skeptical, as you are. But I don't think going out there and saying, oh, here he goes again. Plays good for a week and then he gets hurt and he's bad for 3 weeks. And it's like, okay, but let's just let that happen and then say, saw that coming or something. But It's still okay to be excited about the way that, I mean, 3 RBIs in 3 straight games is, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's not like he's had a nice series. It's better than that.
Right. It's not like he went out there and had like a 7 RBI game and then picked up an RBI or 2 the rest of the series.
And then said, you got 9 RBIs in the series. Yeah, which would have been fine. But, I mean, this is consistent. 3 straight days. A homer in 2 of the games. And really, I mean, yeah, I guess he probably still would have had 3 RBIs. Even if it wasn't misplayed. And, I mean, you could say misplayed in center field. I mean, he dove and missed the ball, right?
Yeah.
He could have also just gone and picked it off the wall and probably kept Key to a single or to a double, I mean. But I think both those runs are going to score either way.
Yeah.
I could be wrong there, but I think generally he goes back and takes that off the wall. Both those runs are scoring.
I would say so.
All right, let's talk about some new faces. And the guy who pitched in the last game here, Bailey Falter. If it makes you feel any better, Rodolfo Castro's 0 for 11 with the Phillies. That's about the best thing I can say about Bailey Falter.
Yeah.
Also, he's doing about what I expected him to do. So if you're talking about meets expectations, I guess you can get another start. You can get your 2% raise.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah. No, I'm not either. He's just a soft throwing lefty there's nothing special to his pitches, so he lays it in there and it's getting crushed. I haven't seen a plus pitch from him yet.
Yeah, and how interesting is it that when I listened to the radio broadcast today, he said, oh, Falter's still looking for that. He told us he's still looking for that out pitch. What? You're 26 years old. You're pitching in the major leagues, and you don't know what your out pitch is?
Right.
Well, so far in his Pirates career, he's started 2 games. He's gone 8 innings, and he's given up, he's given up 5 runs. No, all 5 are earned. Never mind. But he's given up 14 hits. Did he only give up 1 run in his first outing? I guess I thought it was 4. No, he did. He went 4 innings, gave up 1 run against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I should back off a little bit.
I thought after the Brewers outing, I got to watch some of that game. He had that shaky first inning, and then he kind of settled in. He was hitting his spots. I was like, okay, he might be crafty. He might be able to do something here. Then you go up against a better offense than Milwaukee.
It's true.
He just got lit.
Yeah.
Like those pitches that Milwaukee was just missing, or what Atlanta wasn't missing them.
Yeah.
And then that's...
He still gave up 6 hits in that game, though, against Milwaukee. Like, he still gave up 6 hits.
Right.
All right. So let's move on to the guy who came in and threw 4 innings after Falter threw 4 and doesn't give up any runs.
Yeah.
Thomas Hatch comes into this game. This is a guy that we claimed off of Toronto. He had pitched to a 426 in Toronto this season. And, well, he's now 261. What is... There's a bunch of numbers on this page that don't make any sense. But either way, he throws 4 innings, just gives up 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Just smooth sailing through the Atlanta Braves lineup. I mean, his first 3 innings, he had 31 pitches? What did he finish with? He threw 4 innings, 42 pitches. He just went right through them.
Yeah, that's great.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. Colin Holderman gets his first save, though. That was pretty cool.
Thought it was his second.
Yep. That was his second save. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Got to correct me there. Andre Jackson is another new one. We talked about a lot of hair. This is a guy that we claimed and traded cash for with the Dodgers. And he had outings against the same teams, Milwaukee and Atlanta. 3 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts against Milwaukee, 2 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts against Atlanta. What are we doing here? I mean, that's electric.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's a nice claim. I don't
Just
know why
cash.
the Dodgers just let him go.
Well, the Dodgers are loaded. They're just like, we got lots of good players. All yins can have them. We don't care. We got better ones. And we don't know what this is going to be.
Right.
But it's a nice little look. And Colin Selby comes up. We talked about his outing, 1 2/3, couple hits, a walk, but strikes out 3. MLB debut. I mean, you get 5 outs against the Braves and you struck out 3 of them. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that a lot of people wanted there right out of the gate. So
yeah. I mean, good to see good things from the new guys.
Yeah.
Got a
That's
nice
it.
beard too.
That's yeah, he does. I mean, it's there. It's on his it's on his face. So Brian Reynolds also, just to make a note on Brian Reynolds, he's also looking a little bit better. Kind of mixed results in this series, but definitely the at-bats are looking better. He's hitting the ball better.
He's using the whole field now.
Using the whole field.
And that's how you know he's right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when McCutchen was in his prime too, and he was going to right center. You knew he was at his best.
Yeah.
Reynolds he's getting the head of the bat to the ball. He's driving the ball out of the ballpark. He's going the other way for singles. Just looks good right now.
And McCutchen, who did not play on the last day, he also had 3 hits in this series too. You're going to see that sprinkled all the way throughout. I mean, the Pirates scored a lot of runs in a 4-game set. If that continues, well, we've got a weekend series against the Cincinnati Reds. Their best pitcher probably right now, I would say, Andrew Abbott. He goes Friday night against Oviedo, so tonight, if you're listening to this on Friday. Oviedo's been on a hot streak.
Yeah.
Abbott's a lefty. I've said it a lot. I like our lefty lineup. If they can continue this, both the Pirates offense and the Reds skid that they're on could be a pretty fun weekend at the ballpark. I, for one, am excited about the Friday night concert. Shoot, forget her name.
Gilbert?
Gabby?
Yep. I have no idea.
Anyway, I'm so tired of seeing the commercials for this thing. I can't wait till it's over.
Right.
I can't watch, and you guys are going to hate me for this if you like Gabriel, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I think it's Gabby. I feel like Gabby's right. Anyway, if you like her or you like country music, then you can just laugh at what I have to say. But I just can't watch baseball highlights with country music playing and get excited about anything. It's like, I just can't do it. It's just not exciting for me. So let's move on to the next one. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
But the marketing people are hitting this one pretty hard, and I'm just excited for it to be over. Just see like regular music, you know what I mean? Just whatever, regular sports music for your highlights. That'll be great.
I guess she's from the area, I guess.
She is. No, it's great. It's great. I just could do without the highlights. Right. But you have to do it. I'm not even, sure. I don't want this to sound like a complaint. It's not I'm not complaining about anything that they've done. There are people who like her that probably like those. I doubt it, but I mean, it just doesn't fit the highlights. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm just excited for regular music for highlights. Brandon Williamson goes. We don't know who's going for the Pirates right now. And then Keller and Luke Weaver on Sunday. Send your good mojo Keller's way. Yeah. See if he can get a series win on Sunday against the Reds. The Reds are crashing right now. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They've lost their last 2. I think they had 6 or 7 losses in a row at one point coming out of the All-Star break. They're now, when the standings are written, the Cubs are ahead of Cincinnati, but I think it might come back to one of those like alphabetical order things.
Yeah.
Because they're both 2.5 out. And I don't know what I'm not I don't care to pull it up, what their record is against each other or anything like that. But they're both, I mean, the Reds have one more loss than the Cubs. They also have one more win, but I kind of look at that loss column.
Yeah.
But they're both 2.5 back from Milwaukee. Like if you were someone thinking that the Cubs were going to sell at the deadline and stink, and your name is Jake, I hate to tell you, but they didn't do that, and here they are in the mix. There is a scenario. They are by far the best run differential in the division.
Yeah.
There's a chance they make a run at this thing and actually get back.
Yeah.
If we don't take this series from the Reds, there's a chance we might not be in 4th place anymore because St. Louis gets Kansas City, and Kansas City couldn't beat me right now. That's not fair. They could beat me. But they've got 37 and they're 37 and 80 right now.
Yeah.
You think the NL, you think the NL Central, well, Oakland, come on. You think the NL Central's bad? If you want to feel a little bit better about yourself, just go look at the AL Central. Whew. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you got to kick the Reds while they're down, I guess, if you're, you know what I mean, if you're in this position. They're not playing good right now.
Right.
Well, right now. So you can go out and take a series. You've got Key Bryan going well. Hopefully Oviedo can keep going with his, and this offense can keep tearing through pitching. I don't know. I don't have much else there.
No, I mean, you've said it all.
I've said it all.
Yeah, there's not a lot to. Let's go take a series. Let's go take a sweep.
It's August 11th.
See if we can get TBD a win.
Yeah, TBD is overdue. What was I going to add to that? I don't remember now, which is perfect. It's perfect for this episode. I feel like this was a great Friday episode where we basically didn't get to watch the games this week.
Yeah, I was on the road a lot this week too.
But here's the deal. I had a couple more cheeseburgers.
Nice.
But only Burger King. Okay. Wendy's was like, nah. And then I couldn't even, there was another place that we went. And I was like, nah. And then Katie ate her burger and she was like, that's okay. You're not missing out. It sucks. This is why I'm not going to name it. But it was a pretty crappy burger.
That's funny.
So anyway, yeah, I can eat a lot of grilled cheese and BK double cheeseburgers.
Hey, progress, man, progress.
Have it your way. I rule, guys. I do. You got any closing things here? Let's get out of here.
Let's give it up for Paul Skeens. Got his first pro outing.
Why not?
1, 2, 3.
You want some claps? You get them.
Fly ball, ground ball, and a strikeout. What's Bob Block say? Why do you let so many guys hit the ball?
Yeah, I saw clips of it and everything with he's hitting 100 a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned before we hit record, Dylan Cruz is already in low A, so we're behind the 8 ball. I'm just kidding.
Already got 2 bombs.
Yeah. Obviously pitching's different.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot different. Mm-hmm. But all right, man. That's all. I don't have any closing remarks. Vacation's nice. I would have to say family is better than vacation for me. I like seeing everyone. I just not much of a vacationer, and it's all on me. I get that, but
it's fine.
Stresses me out. So whatever. But I had a lot of fun watching the kids.
There you go.
You know what I mean? They did a lot of things. I also had to. We went on a mile hike. Just one thing. We went on a mile hike, and I was like, "Oh, that's not bad. Let's go. It's no big deal." Oh, up a mountain, like uphill the entire mile. And guess what? My 3-year-old was like, "I don't want to walk." I literally carried him for a mile. I don't know. He's like 30 pounds. It's not a big deal. But I was like, I got to work out in today.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was fun. It was a good time. They're still there. They're still there having a great time. They went to a great place today. Had a lot of fun. But
you got to softballs today.
I did. That was fun too, with some good people.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Go back and listen to Monday's episode. It was a really good one, if I might say so myself.
Yeah.
I got to, because if I don't, nobody else will.
So. Right. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go Bucks.
Yeah, let's go Bucks.
Thanks for listening to my dad and Uncle Jake on the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2Buctober. Don't forget to subscribe so you know when new episodes are released. Clear the deck, cannonball coming, and let's go Bucks.